Good morning, mathematicians. We are back to do some math. What kind of math will we do this morning? Well, as usual, I remember that I said maybe we would talk about some particular thing today. And also, as usual, I forgot what that thing was. So we should probably go to archive. We're back to do some math. Oh, my microphone's not on. Let's go take a look at some papers that have been published, and then maybe some of you will have some questions. Good morning, Kostaka Corey, #1 in chat, champion, undisputed. Good morning, Ken. Good morning, Ken. I see that you tend to be able to make it more when I have these later streams. Good morning, Yaman. Okay, let's go see what's happening on archive. Let's go see what's happening there. Yeah, what are we gonna do? Langlands. Always got to start with Langlands. You have spectral sequences homework due tomorrow. Wow, too bad it's not a spectral sequences live stream today. Hello, Baoba Tree. How's it going? Oh yeah, I saw this title the other day, and this is crazy to me. GL P squared? What does that mean? Are they really working with the p squared adic numbers? That's crazy. But that can't be right. A totally real field, but then they write v plus sub or f sub v, which suggests that it's a completion. What? For some p-adic places? Huh? I guess they could still be taking the p squared thing. What? That's crazy though, right? Like, that's a crazy thing to be doing. That 4 p.m. class is hell. Yeah, I bet. If coffee and try hard or leave and sleep. I would not recommend coffee at 4 p.m. That affects your sleep. Good morning, Raymond. It's also because I'm starting late, I suppose. Maybe they mean ramified extension of QP? I guess so. Let's see if the introduction will shed any light on this situation for us. There exists a natural one-to-one correspondence. Yeah. Oh wait, I saw a p squared. No, that's a p with a superscript 2. Okay. Okay. Recently, this person introduced another approach to the problem in the GL2 case by using certain geometric properties of perfectoid modular curves. In this paper, by modifying Pan's method, we study the problem in conjugate. Yeah, I still don't get it. Where F is a CM field such that. I don't get it. What do they mean? What does this mean? I mean, you could literally take the p squared adics. They're just not a field. But is that really what they're doing? 5 a.m. plus early gym session, gang. Hell yeah. You read the Dalawatt thing about Langlands that I read last night? It was very helpful. I don't know what that is. Hello, Nebby9. Didn't know you did these office hour things. Well, I guess I should start advertising that more maybe at the end of my videos. I probably should. Totally real field is a field where all the embeddings are real, are contained in the real numbers. Yep. Yep. Yeah, but I probably should be advertise. I tried to advertise things a little bit at my beefing with DBOS video. I advertised a few things. I still feel weird. Some people say it just helps anyways to always say, like and subscribe, but it always seems so weird to me saying that, because it's like, you guys, are not robots. You can, how to like and subscribe the videos. But I guess there's probably is some psychological thing where if I say it, it makes you more likely to do it. But I don't know. I still can't. I don't know, feel weird about it. But I mean, I'm trying to be a sellout, so I got to be a better sellout. Splitting primes. We give an elementary introduction through illustrative examples, but without proofs. Oh, this looks like a cool document. Good morning, Sergio. You've been binging the Sheefification playlist. Nice. You're writing an undergrad dissertation right now about Topoi. Oh, cool. Well, sorry for being too lazy and not having made any videos about Topoi yet. I do plan to get around to it sooner than later, but yeah, so many hours in the day. While you're here, Arad, did you check your cool library? If you want people to like and subscribe, it does help. Ugh. I guess. I mean, it would be pretty cool to just make a living off YouTube, so maybe I should just suck it up and do it. But actually, you know what? Like, does Veritasium do it? Do those big creators do it? I don't think they do it. So screw it. Screw it. It's not. It doesn't make that big of a difference, does it? Oh, see, you chased your first diagram, and now you're chasing the dragon, Sergio Polar Bear. Chasing diagrams and chasing dragons. Now you're hooked. You fool. It does make it more likely. Yeah. Alright, I guess. I don't know. You woke up last night and worked out why splitting in Q adjoin the L torsion of an elliptic curve is given by if the L torsion is FP rational. Oh, interesting. Are you going to make a video about that? Because that sounds interesting. Can I help you with a qual problem? Let R be an integral domain where every prime ideal is principal. Prove that it's a PID. Okay. Gosh, I should be able to do this one. Yeah, I mean, why are you spouting slander in the chat here? However, likes and subscriber numbers don't make a big difference in views? Really? Subscriber numbers basically function as a clout number. Oh. Oh, it's explained in the document. Oh. Okay. The third step is become homological algebra. Exactly. And that's the end of the road. Okay, what are we doing? So all principles. So what? We're in an integral domain. That's it? And all primes are principal. Yeah, I mean, if we're in a Dedekind domain, I guess this would be easy, right? Where we have unique factorization of ideals, but I guess we're just in an integral domain. The hint is to use Zorn's lemma to get a maximal element of the set of non-principal ideals. And assume it's non-empty for contradiction. I see. The only thing that matters for views is if people watch a video. Well, that's... Yep, that is true. That is not incorrect. Okay. So we're going to use Zorn's lemma. So let, I don't know, n for naught be the set of non-maximal, or wait, of non-principal ideals. Oh, but then this should have a maximal element, and then that should be a maximal ideal, which would have to be prime. Right? Isn't that just what it is? Well, I guess maybe there's work to show that they're it's maximal. Well, it's only maximal amongst the non-principal ideals. It's only maximal amongst the non-principal ideals. So, okay, but hang on. I mean, it should be something like that, right? It'd be a set of non-principal ideals. And suppose it's non-empty. Suppose let R only be a class? What the? Get out of here, Nikolai. Classes? You class traitor. You classist. How dare you? You can argue it's Dedekind locally? Is that true? Oh, maybe there's a local argument? I don't know. But watch time is bigger than recommendation. Subscribers, not so much. Damn, well, I gotta make interesting videos that keep audience retention. That's impossible. Actually, it's probably more possible if I make more reaction videos. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's what keeps them coming. It's only you lot, you twisted lot, that's here for the details of proof. I suppose it's non-empty. Okay. Then by Zorn there should be a maximal element. Is this true? Okay. And now we need to argue why this must be principal. Well, maybe we could still try arguing it's maximal. So we know it's maximal amongst all the non-principal ideals, but we could suppose
that it's contained in a principal ideal. Right? And then maybe we can find a problem with that. There is a trick to show its prime. Okay. Thanks for the non-constructive proof. What if it wasn't prime? Okay, we'll do that in a second. Maybe starting an algebraic number theory textbook before learning ring theory isn't a great idea. Well, actually, yeah, I would. True, I would not say. I would not say it's not a great idea. It's not a great idea. Is it the worst idea in the world? No. I've had a long life of doing much stupider things. But maybe you should learn some ring theory first, generally. You made fantastic scrambled eggs with spinach leaves, carrots, and perfect Austrian bread. Well, can you save some for me, Nikolai? Um, I'd come over for breakfast one day. Mind you, I guess at this point it'll be cold by the time I get there. In the future, if I get a job, if I get this job in Spain. Have you ever heard of Northcott's book, Lessons on Rings and Modules and Multiplicities? I think he caveats as some sort of bridge book from undergrad to grad algebra. I have not heard of it, but that sounds interesting. Maybe I'll have a little look see. I can come over. You might even cook for me, but now I get nothing? Wait, so can I come over or not? One of these days. Here's the dream, gang. Here's the dream. I get rich enough on YouTube that I spend my life flying around, that I make some banger videos, and then I spend the rest of my time flying around visiting mathematicians, both that I've met in real life and on YouTube, and then I just go around and hang out with them and occasionally write papers with them, like Erdős style. Though I wouldn't be. I'm not comparing myself to Erdős because it's not like I wouldn't be traveling around and it'd be like, oh, everyone wants to write a paper with me because I'm so good at writing papers. It's just that I have the time and money to just go hang out with people. Like, this is kind of the dream. Multiplicity theory. I guess that's just about determining composition series and stuff. Chapter is devoted to general theory of algebraic multiplicities, concept of length. Don't introduce commutativity. Yeah. Oh, seems like a cool book. One needs to show every chain has an upper bound first. Oh yeah. Right. How do we show that? How do we show that? Somewhere we'll need to use the fact that it's an integral domain as well, right? Film myself doing a proof and then film yourself reacting to doing the proof. Yeah. Well, it will be contained in a maximal ideal, which must be principal. That's true. Oh, it definitively right. It definitively is in such a thing. And so we need to argue why everything in here is a multiple of R. If M isn't prime, accept this fun fact to prove Zorn implies choice. You need something like Lem. Really? Really? That's interesting. You need Lem to show Zorn implies choice. That is cool. That is really, really doubling down on the non-constructive things. Good thing for you have Dumb It in Foot PDF lying around. Bad thing for you, you're not sure if you're ready to dive in because it's been 100 years since you did group theory. Well, all the more reason to dive back in. Yeah, okay, I guess we need to show that the chains are bounded. That's the easy part because the union of an ascending chains of ideals is an ideal. But is the union non-principal? Right. So suppose we have a chain of ideals. Suppose we have an ascending chain of ideals. Consider the union of all of them. Why is this non-principal? Would all of the other ones have to be principal? If the union were principal at some point, you get the principal generator, and all things above in the chain would be principal. But why are you assuming that it is principal at one point? Oh, because right, the principal generator would have to lie in one of these. Right. Nice job, Leo. That's a good one. You don't want to go through all of group theory from the start again? Well, you probably should. Are you really heading out early, Arad? Because I started late. But yeah, have a good day. Prove lots of stuff. Besides, the second time, Locke, that you go through group theory, I mean, you'll be able to reteach yourself stuff faster, so you can do more skimming of the sections. The chains and lattices properties aren't as magical as functions are. The TLDR of Zorn implies choice. I don't remember the proof. It's been so long since I've seen it. Is about extending the domain. I see. And you need Lem to know which patch to belong to. Interesting. Huh. Very cool. Wait, so then does that mean you can have a constructive version of Zorn? No, because Zorn. Yeah. Because the proof of Zorn implies choice. I mean, my guess would still be no. But maybe because without Lem, then Zorn won't imply choice. Of course, choice implies Lem. But if you don't have Lem, and you assume Zorn, I don't know. My suspicion is still you don't have a constructive Zorn, but I could be wrong. Well, no, it's probably still non-constructive, right? Because it's a statement of the form there exists a maximal element. So probably that's not going to be constructive. So the hint is consider AB in a non-maximal principal ideal. Both A and B are not in maximal non-principal. Excuse me. Let A, B be in our maximal non-principal. Yes, I am considering moving there for a postdoc. Juma RD. Juma RD. Um, I haven't gotten the post. I don't have the offer yet. I've applied to a postdoc in Spain. I've applied. You're gonna force yourself to do exercises again, and you're too lazy to do exercises. Well, then you're cooked. You're officially cooked. Right. Wait, it's not prime. So what? I mean, prime says for all products. For all products, one or the other. So if it's not prime, hang on, let's see. Oh, I see. So I see. If m is not prime, then we can choose AB such that AB is in M, but A is not in M, right? We might steal this exercise for another 5-minute Leo lecture. Yeah, fair. Leo is beyond time, Nikolai. He is not within any year. You think you can add Zorn and it's not collapsing you back to the classical theory? Really? But I find that kind of surprising since it's a there exists statement. Well, just because you choose something doesn't mean it's non-constructive, Flock. Just because you say the word choose doesn't instantly mean it's non-constructive. But you think Soul Zorn isn't so interesting here. Well, but it is very interesting, right? Because we need it for our existence of maximal ideals. So I'd be surprised you don't know the models have Zorn. Yeah, I don't think they would have Zorn. Yeah. You got like 100 more similar qual problems. Okay, sweet. A and sorry, right. Right. But A and B are both not in here. So then what? I guess this means the ideal generated by A and B is not contained in here, right? But are we sure that this ideal isn't principal? I mean, it's generated by two things, but that doesn't mean it's not generated by no, I don't. What? No, we can't make any choice here. It's not a choice, right? We're not free to choose. We just know because the statement of being prime means for all products, for all products that are in there, blah blah blah. So all we can say, so the negation would just be that there exists some product which we can't say anything about, such that neither of the elements are in there. And so we got that. Yeah, this ideal is not contained in M. But so what? I mean, yeah, actually, so what? Actually, so what? I don't understand. How would I recommend keeping myself sharp during like a year-long layover before starting a grad program in math? Well, take my advice with a grain of salt because I've never done that. I've never done that. So, yeah. So take my advice with a grain of salt. But I don't know, study something that you're interested in. I mean, if you know where you're going and who you're going to be working with, I would focus on, reading up on that. Try reading some papers or something. Like, I don't know if you're in the kind of program where you know who the prof is that you're going to be working with ahead of time or not, but you could always like email them and say, hey, what do you think I should be brushing up on? What would be a useful thing for me to know? Yeah. You could also, the other thing to do is think about your course requirements. If you're at a place with course requirements, and the courses that are going to be offered in your first year, and just to give yourself an easier time with those, you could just try, looking at the books that they use for those courses and going through some exercises, and then you'll be prepared to just, crush it and spend less time on the assignments during the actual school year. Yeah, those are some options that I would consider. But again, I haven't done that, so take my advice with a grain of salt. There's probably other PhDs out there that have done such a thing, that have real world experience doing that. We're a little behind here. The universe of choice without lem, that's impossible. Choice implies lem. There are another two ideals not contained in M. Okay. I mean, A and B, the principal ideals generated by A and B. I mean, those aren't contained in M. That is also true. Oh, wait a second. Right. Sorry, I'm being dumb. Right. This ideal isn't contained in M. Right. And so if it is non-principal, it would have to be contained in M. If it is non-principal, then it would have to be contained in M. Have I delved into theoretical physics? Somewhat. Yeah. Somewhat. Yeah, health is everything. Do what you can to improve your health. Do what you can to improve your health. Right. So, okay. I'm back on board with trying to prove that the ideal generated by A and B is not principal. Oh, right. M and A. I see. Right. I mean, this is also right. We could properly look at that. And then why is that not principal? We still need to argue that this is not principal, though. I mean, we could do a proof by contradiction. We could suppose, I don't know, there's some R where everything in here is alpha A plus beta M or something. By the way, you mathematicians has the best, weirdest names for your subfields, even weirder than physics. Yeah, we're the best to ever do it, of course. You don't know how much that can help everyone? Well, but I feel like everyone, no matter where you are, there's always things that you can still do to. I mean, this is true in all departments of life, right? Like, there's always something you can do to improve your health. You may be dealing with some absolute your cap on your absolute health. Whoa, what did I just do there? I can see who's experience points. Do you guys get experience points for writing comments, or how does that work? Interesting. But you can always improve, right? That's a point. You can always improve. Bro delved into Galilean cohomology group theory, but got entirely sidetracked by Gilmore Girl theory. Yeah, I mean, can you blame me? Do you choose efficiency as a criteria for learning faster? I don't even understand the question. Well, Locke, if you want to know about the Galilean group, you should go to Nikolai's channel. He'll tell you all about it. Galilean group in cohomology. I remember once looking at Sean Carroll's book on general relativity, and I think that was pretty good and pretty mathematical. But yeah, I'm not a physicist. So it has blown your mind things getting much easier with literally no practice in years just because health is improving. Yeah. Like for example, things are getting harder for me because I've not been sleeping well lately at all. And now I can't solve basic algebra problems or algebraic topology problems on stream for that matter. Advice on applying to grad school. Well, it's maybe a little late for this, but if you're applying this season, but get started early. We're already pretty late in the season, so ask your letter writers for their letters as early as possible. Yeah. Go watch Angela Collier's video on why your statement of purpose, why your personal statement sucks. Go watch that video. What else to say? You know, apply. I guess it depends on your time and your finances, but you know, you should have one or two like safety schools, with the understanding that sometimes you don't get into your safety school, even though you might get into a better one. And you should probably have one or two reach schools. Also, reach out to professors ahead of time, because it'll say, and ask if they're looking for students, because it will save you time and money if they're not. Certainly saved me time and money. So, yeah, that's just a little bit of advice off the top of the dome, off the top of the old noggin. Okay, what if this were principle? What if this were principle? Well, if this were principle, then I guess everything in M, could be written as a product. Well, hang on. I mean, M is contained in R. Oh, but if A, right, if the ideal generated by A is not in M, wait a second. No. See, my brain's not even working. Yeah. What? Recommend Landau course for physics? Well, I don't think Leo's looking for a course on all of physics, but just general relativity. Been a while, but a short intro, very geometry minded, maybe too easy, is Woodhouse and the follow-up. Everyone should sleep better, yeah. Yeah. By the way, today is the first day where I'm making a concentrated effort to I've been wasting so much time on like YouTube and YouTube Shorts and scrolling and it's really hitting a peak of how bad it is. So today is day one of like a concentrated effort to. I'm not ruling out like all internet because obviously I gotta like make YouTube videos and stuff and do research or whatever, reply to some comments. But outside of that, I'm gonna try and be pretty strict. I'm gonna try and like not have anything on in the background. Nothing. Try and if I notice myself opening up Reddit or Discord, just close it instantly. Yeah. Today's day one of repairing that focus and presence. BT dubs. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Not everyone needs 9 hours a day, actually. Some people are built for 6, some people are built for 9. Damn, 10 hours. Nice, Ken. Those are all options. Feel sufficiently mathematical. Please, for mathematicians, demand is not helpful. Physics should teach you physics. Yeah. I don't know. But maybe I don't want to learn the real world stuff. Maybe I just want another way to do crazy math. But yeah, I do have this nice book. What's it called? Oh, it's in the other room. I do have a nice book. Bartle? Is it? No, Bartle's a measure theory. What is it? I do have some GR book that's very physics minded. When you applied to grad school, you ended up going to a uni that you forgot you applied to as it was super last minute. Yeah. I didn't forget that I applied to Calgary, but it definitely was not, first. It was like one of the last ones I applied to, actually, because it was on a recommendation from a friend. Tell the professors you think they're cute, flirt, and being really aggressive and threatening if they don't reciprocate. Yes, stalk them as well. So a hint that must be principal. Oh, yes, because M is maximal. Right, M is maximal. So this thing must be principal. Yeah. Leo's dropping out is hereby explained. Yeah. But you were evil. Well. Yeah. By the way, you do have a semi-fast intro to SR. Yeah. M is maximal among non-principal ideals. So MA has to be principal. Yeah. MA is principal. I'm now in agreement that MA is principal. Oh, wait. So MA and MB are principal. But then I see. Right. No, I don't see. Ken is cooking. K Theory's cooked. Amen, Nikolai. Amen. I am cooked. This is generated by S and R. Let's see. So we have R. What? I don't know. Call it I, R, be alpha M plus beta A. Let's say gamma M plus delta B. It's going to be JS. And what can we say about A times B? Well, maybe we should be talking about the ideal generated by A times B. Because that's in M. So this thing is M. This thing is M. But AB is in both the ideal generated by A and the ideal generated by B. I feel like we're close, right? What if I took the product of these things? What if I took RS times MA MB? What if I took the product of those things? Debatably 2. Yeah, you guys are ahead of me here. If you want to get a sneak peek into geometric algebra and SR, check out your website. Try describing it in sounds. Yeah. Yeah. Make sure not to do 3 cheers. Oh, I see. Yeah. Too early for the good morning. Wait. Oh yes, you are too early for the good morning. Too late for the QED. Wait. You're not too late for the QED. Just in time for stuck on proof. Well, isn't that like the entire office hour? Every office hour? Yeah. Okay, what are the facts? What are the facts, gang? What are the facts, gang? The facts are this. And the facts are this. And this. You thought you had to use R and R. In that problem? Maybe. This don't do it. I mean, we haven't used integral domain. We haven't used the integral domain assumption anywhere, have we? Oh, I guess we have because of the definition of What about this product? This product was Leo's comment about this don't do it. Oh, was that about the web page or is that about this product? So, right, both of these are principal. And are your notes correct? I don't know who Leo's talking to. Integral domain is pretty standard, probably just to make sure things don't get too weird. Right, but I mean, if the question is for all integral domains, blah, 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 then, like, presumably this fails for non-integral domains. But is that even just for, yeah, I don't know. The product of ideals is what we want. It will set you free. The GCD MA to be the GCD? No, I mean the ideal generated by frac M, the ideal, and the element A. But yeah, I guess technically, that is the GCD of ideals actually. So yes, by definition. Oh, hang on. I do gotta go right away. Let me mute my group real quick here. Integral domain for A and B non-zero with AB non-zero. Yeah. Huh? But then you're looking at left and right ideals? Oh, I guess there's no assumption about commutative here, so I probably should have been more careful about left and right ideals, actually. Right. What's the product of this guy? I mean, this should be the ideal generated by M, A, and B, right? This should be the ideal generated by M, A, and B. So which is also principal. And so what? So what? So what? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Integral domain does mean commutative. Integral domain does mean commutative. It absolutely does. Boris, maybe if you ask your question tomorrow, we can come back to it. Yeah. You think you do make a mistake incorrectly applying Bézieu's theorem? So we have this product. Okay. Oh, you have the proof. It's just to annoy people. Well, that's what we're all about. Okay, whatever. I gotta go. So, I guess we'll finish this tomorrow. Maybe my brain will be working better tomorrow because I'll have stopped watching so much YouTube, and I might have a decent night's sleep for tomorrow morning. We'll find out then. But for now, I'm just gonna say Q, E, and or D.